All right, I am back here with Shigesato Itoi's #1 bass fishing. We actually rolled credits last time. But there's a little bit more I want to do. Let me go and start the timer. Let me tell you what I want to do here. Let's get started and I'll talk about it. All the bag of magic food. So, I'm gonna do a little bit of checking on if lures change throughout the season. If not, because there's like 3 variations, it seems like, of every lure. But I don't know how to buy them all, or like get them all. Some of them might be like tournament awards and stuff that are random, and I don't really care too much to do that. But I'll just check a little bit. Then the other big thing I want to do, well, there's the secret lake, which getting to that is easy. But there are a few things I want to do as far as catching fish go. I don't have any records of a catfish, or a rainbow trout for that matter, so I kind of want to catch one of each, at least. I think I know where to finally catch a trout. I mean, catfish now. I at least have a spot where I know I can catch one. And then there are 3 special kinds of fish. I've already caught the Florida bass. There are 2 more. But they aren't... I don't think they're going to be too bad. I know where they both are now, roughly. So let's start by buying a bunch of things. And then maybe I'll go out and try to catch at least a rainbow trout. Hello, Itoi. Like, it doesn't really matter, but I have a ton of cash now, so I'm just gonna clear out the shops. Oops. The Let's Play. I just found snapshots of it. He right at the end of his Let's Play, he showed a picture of the screen, and on that screen it tells you the date and timestamp, and I was able to backtrack from that to find exactly when he caught the fish. So I know where to catch both of them. He also spent some time trying to catch an 80 centimeter Florida bass, but never quite gets it. He catches like a 78 one, so I think it's just RNG whether or not you actually get one over 80 centimeters. And it's just it's gonna be the Florida bass. The other 2 aren't actually nearly as big, so I don't think they're actually gonna be hard to catch. So you can only catch 2 colors here, or buy 2 colors, and I'm not sure how on earth you get the other ones. No, I'm not trying to... There we go. Wait. I'm so confused. These menus are confusing. I think those are just the... No, wait. How many different kinds are there? Are these not the same type of of lure? These 2 even are different? They must be. So I have both of these. That's why I think it's... Orange means I have all of them. Whoa, there are so many variations of this. So I have both of those already. Oh, I did not realize just how many of these there were. Maybe there's not a 3rd variation of them. It's just weird to me that they have they have a 3 in that menu. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe only some of them have it? I'll check at different, you missed most of this game, but GG, was it good? I will talk about the review in a bit. I don't want to spoil too much because people vote on my, on what they think the score I'm going to get, or they like predict, so I'm holding off on that for now. No, it is. I have not rated it yet. The stuff is cheap is the thing, so it's like not hard to do this. I just don't know if there are other... Predict a score between 1 and 10. It's a good guess. I've asked both my brothers off stream what they think I'm gonna give it, and I did not tell them the answer though. So you cannot trust their predictions. Look at all these baits I never used. I actually did say I was going to give it a 9, didn't I? But I wasn't serious. Oops. Spoilers. Because, Turtle, didn't you say he did something about buying seasonal baits or something? Oh my goodness, there are so many of these. I didn't realize this, but he actually wanted to catch a fish with every lure too, so he used every type of lure at least once. So a lot of these are ones I have a bunch to already, I think. So you start with, she gives you a bunch of these. I just don't have the second texture. Hello, Nino Nino. You can stay for 30 minutes. I will probably be playing this game the whole time then. I don't think I'll be up. This will probably take me like, at least an hour or so to catch the fish I need before we switch to time twist. Welcome, though. Oh, this one has 3. You know, maybe there's not... Maybe this is just all of them. And because a few have a third texture, they just have to have there be at least a 3. That's very possible. Honestly, this might be all the baits. That may very well be. This doesn't really matter, but I kind of like how it makes the inventory of his shop all gold. Oh, this is one. I bought a bunch of these already. This is my bait that I've been using a lot this run. My big tournament bait that I used. Or like the bait that got me through the tournaments. Yeah, see, these have 3, so maybe that is just the only reason why it shows 3 on that menu. This might be all the colors. After all. Man, I'm still over $1 million money. I did not need to buy as much as I did of some of those baits. I, like, never ran out, actually. Okay, I think that's everything now. So I think I actually have all the bait. Oh no, I need the hooks too. Wait. I just have these already? These might just always be this color. Surely they don't expect you to max out before it turns to gold. Oh my goodness. Is this worth it? I'm getting broke. Okay, I'm not even close, but... Okay. Should be everything now. I'll maybe check the shop again at a different season, because I do want to change it for the catfish. Wait, I don't think that's the boat I want. So where do I catch a trout? I mean, a rainbow trout. I swear, if now that I start looking for it, I just can't catch one, I'm gonna be so salty. I did catch rainbow trout here, though. Let's try this. This is the white one. kind of need it, though. For all I know, though, like... Oh, this is really light. Gosh. Rainbow trout, please. This might be a rainbow trout. We might have it already. Piece of cake. Whoops. Nope, that's a bass. No, I don't want a bass. Are you kidding me? I swear, if I have trouble finding a rainbow trout, I'm gonna be so salty. Are you kidding me? Look at the RTX reflection. Maybe their tournament spots are just different than normal spots. I mean, I know when I could go. I have a bit of a plan for how I could guarantee a trout. Not guarantee, but like when I very first caught trouts, I can replicate that. We hate bass in this community. I know, I swear, if I can't catch a rainbow trout. I just need to enter another tournament. Not a bad idea. I could go to May at least, because that's where I know where the rainbow trout spawn. I want to say that looks more like a rainbow trout than the last one did. I did think the last one was a little low for a rainbow trout, but I might just be coping. Come on, rainbow trout. Hey, finally. Okay. Okay, here's the second question. Should I be really dumb? And y'all can tell me no if you just really want me out of here. Would it be nicer if I actually filled up the 3 spots with bluegills and rainbow trout? I mean, surely that doesn't take too long, right? Like, who really cares? But if I'm going this far... A fish caught within the first hour? Is this really a bass fishing stream? A swoopsy bob bass fishing stream? Would you just judge this game as cozy relaxing? Ah, it's pretty chill. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of frustrating sometimes too, but some of the tournament stuff was hard. I see some yeses, I see some nos. I hope bluegills are easy to find, but they're usually easy. You just fish along the shore. I forgot what I did for balloon trip. Wait, no. I don't remember what I did. Balloon Kid, for that, I would not say that that's necessary to beat that game. Because the main mode has credits and everything. I don't remember what happened, what I did for that. But no, I would not say that's necessary. On a scale of 1 to Harvest Moon. Definitely not Harvest Moon. Because there is more stress in this, I would say, than in Harvest Moon. When it comes to catching some of those big fish. Like, the fight itself is a little more exciting. The largest of every type. That was fast. All right, I think this is the rainbow trout done already, so hopefully the catfish aren't too bad. The spot that I found to catch them, that the guy catches them, is kind of awkward, so I don't even know if they'll be in the water. Or I could check the lake at the same time, or the mini pond. All right, there's 3 rainbow trout. It keeps glowing, because that means it's adding something to the best of 3. That's what that means. Oops, I meant to get rid of that. What am I doing? On a scale of 1 to Penguin Wars. Closer to Harvest Moon than it is to Penguin Wars. I will say that much. If we were to cut a line on the middle, it is closer to Harvest Moon. What surprises me with this game, can I use the fish finder? Okay, the fish finder might only be allowed in this boat, which I thought was worthless, but now that I think about it, you can rent this boat, so it's still useful, the depth finder, because you can rent it. I really want to make sure I never ask for a return. I mean, I guess I could say find an 80-centimeter bass, but that's not even something I think the game really keeps track of. I mean, other than just the general. Like, as far as oh, there's too many. Like, as far as I know, the game didn't keep track of, or doesn't do anything special for that. There's just someone who, like, talks about it. What are these scales I'm being asked to, So, unfortunately, I don't really know how to catch bluegills. It's probably going to be a lot of bass catching here. I feel like I usually just find them randomly along the shores. Hello, Shiny Magneton. Stay hydrated. Go, 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 go. Ah! What the heck is caught on the bottom of my cup? Yeah, I guess there's this Teleview stuff. Ooh. Oh, I forgot how this bait works. It's not like the soft bait. Holy wind. Jeez. How much left of this? I'm wanting to just catch some fish I haven't seen yet. Well, that's not entirely true. I'm being stupid. I'm doing even more. Max out the FP. I'm trying to get 3 of every fish because it shows up on the thing. There is another lake I have to go to still. Oh man, what's up with this fish? This is way too big to be a bluegill. This is probably a bass, like a decent bass too. Did I find a good spot? Maybe I need to go to one of those like shallow areas, or not shallow areas without the grass. Maybe that's more likely to be a bluegill. There is 3 fish types I haven't caught at all yet, and I haven't been to the secret lake. 2 of those fish are at the secret lake. It was not that big, actually. Like, I want to catch 3 catfish. I want to catch, and then 2 other types. I don't totally want to spoil what they are yet, but I do want to catch them. Annoyingly, I should have 3 bluegill, because I definitely caught more before my file got erased. I feel like this shouldn't be hard, though. The thing about blue... Whoa, that just auto-hooked. The thing about bluegills is they would often show up... Maybe I should stay in one place longer, because the thing I remember about bluegills is they would often show up... when I'd fished in one spot for a while. So maybe I should... Fish here for a while longer. Hello, Confused Mista. You know, speaking of filling up FP, the fastest way would obviously just have to be doing the pro tournament over and over again. It is fishing time, and it should be the last fishing time for... ever. Well, of this particular game. Not counting the remake or River King. Or Animal Crossing and whatnot. Come on! Why am I catching, like, decent fish here? Maybe this will take longer than an hour. This is making me want to give up on finding Frey Beach. This stupid bluegill. Oh! And I left this. No, I didn't leave the screen. Never mind. Where's my bluegill? Do you know how many of these I caught in my earlier file? Is it because I'm in the grass? Still? Not a bluegill either. Didn't I see like so many of these along the shore? Maybe I'm in a surprisingly good spot. These fish aren't that great though. I don't think gear does not affect the type of fish you catch. They only catch how good you are at catching fish. You cannot be serious right now. Maybe I need to find a different spot. Could be that later in the day, the bass leave the shore though, and there'll be more bluegills if I just spend enough time here. I'm about one more bass and I'm switching spots again. In fact, the whole reason why I know that you can catch good fish even with a, or that it doesn't matter on your rod setup, is that I was catching that 2-hour plus long fish with terrible gear. Or rather, it was that long because I was in terrible gear. Ugh. that a sign that I should just leave? You know what, fine. The fish are actually pretty consistent in a general sense, like what kind of fish you catch where and at what hours. Regardless of the gear you're using. Now, there is an element of, apparently, rainbow trout never go for, like, top lures, for example, like this kind of lure. A rainbow trout will never bite it. But I have definitely seen bluegills go for this. So I know they do. However, if it's this hard to find a bluegill, maybe I should stop. And not go for this stupid journal completion. I went way too long in this game without realizing you can move left or right on these screens. This might just be a bad spot. The what now? Brick Boy DMG shader? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Something you posted in the Discord? See, what if we just try the first area again? I didn't really mean to cast that there. It was probably me just getting caught in a lily pad. I don't think this is a bluegill. I don't emulate the Game Boy. I use an authentic Super Game Boy. And a Game Boy player. It is how it would have looked on a CRTV, I suppose. So I guess you still had that filter, but I'm not... I've never played on a Game Boy screen. Or, like, I'm not even... How do I put this? That was sad. Can I stop catching these, like, kind of good bass? Where are all the bluegills? It's possible that you catch more of them later in the day. Okay. This might be a bluegill. I'm not sure, though. This might actually just be a really small bass. Nope, it's bass. Dang nabbit. Come on. I've caught so many bluegills when I didn't want them before. Look how tiny that little thing is. I'm about to give up on this. Say never mind to... I don't even have a setup for emulating Game Boy games for the stream. I think I have an emulator, but... Bro! This is so stupid. Where are the bluegills, man? Actually, you can catch a rainbow trout with the top lure, because I did when I was... No, did I? I think I was using the top lure, but it might have only been in the reservoir. That weird little unique water area. I could check it out sometimes on my own. I've never been a huge fan of shaders. Never been quite satisfied with them, but maybe that's because I just haven't run into one good enough yet. Okay, there's no way that's a bluegill. That's biting way too fast. What is this, actually? Hold on, I gotta react way faster. It's not even a big fish. Why was it so hard to catch? Why can't I catch this darn fish type? All right, I'm giving it like, well, I don't know. I could try to pass some time. Oh, you guys know what I just remember now the good way to pass time. Oops. Actually, no, this is what I want to do. What time do they start going out to the lake? It's 11, right? I mean, I can kind of understand some of the merit to why people like shaders, because especially on like a lot of older TVs, a lot of the pixels get more muddled together, which sort of has this effect of not making it look quite so square, which, you know, that makes sense to me. I don't know about Game Boy. I rarely played on an original Game Boy, actually. so I can't necessarily speak to that, but... Hello, Nancy Dubois. Oh, there's another Bonanza event tomorrow. Thanks for saying something. Good time for me to play it, too. I don't really have... I've mostly finished Raiders. I'm kind of grinding some things out, but I'm not super, like, I don't even know if I'll finish. I didn't play Super Game Boy either, but I played a lot of Game Boy, but I played it all on a backlit GBA SP. Not on an OG Game Boy. It's not what I wanted to do. There is a Fire Emblem Direct. I will not be watching it because I don't really like to watch game-specific directs. I feel like they spoil a lot. Or like, if I'm sold on a game, I don't want to see more of it. That's just how I am. But I guess not everyone's like that. You have too much. It is a pretty hectic game, but I love it for it. I think it's a ton of fun. I've always loved Salmon Run, though, which is very similar. In hecticness. Yo, I'm about to give up on this. This is too stupid. I'm wasting way too much time to catch bluegills. I'm starting to think this is not worth. I thought it would go faster than this. Yeah, I just don't like hearing too much information about a game that I'm gonna buy. I mean, maybe if I really... Like, you know, if they do an Ocarina of Time one, I might try to at least see a bit to see if it's a, you know, full-on remake versus a... Just more of a high-definition graphical update. But even then, I don't know if I'd actually watch the whole thing. I'd probably just look at highlights. So if there's some key things I'm curious about, maybe I'll look a little bit, but overall, I don't like watching them. I don't even often watch every trailer for a game. I mean, I guess sometimes I do anyway, because they're all in Nintendo Directs, but... Alright, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't. It's taking too much time. It's not worth it. Let's go to this weird spot for a catfish. It is not remotely... It's not remotely a time or place I would expect to catch catfish, but he does, so I'm gonna do it. I mean, I could try the pond again, because he does it at... he finds one in December, and maybe there's more in the pond at December, but I might as well just try to duplicate what he's doing. Just for the sake of making sure I'm doing things the same way. Oops, I did not Need to go to that time period. Oh yeah, the new Virtual Boy games. The released ones. Good night, Neo. Have a good night. How does he get to the spot so fast? I mean, he stays there for a while, so it's probably not a huge deal. I probably don't need to get the exact pixel right. Oh, I think that is the exact pixel, though. And then where does he actually catch this thing? Whoa! Oh, that's his video. I heard the sound of a fish biting in his game. That's really funny. Okay, so where did he find that? Okay. Let's see. Actually, I should use a heavier bait than this. Maybe I should save. Wow, this is actually a really deep spot. That tree must be so tall then. Holy moly. Deepest spot in the lake. Man, when does he actually catch it? I did see some discussions on it. I didn't look too much at it yet. Something about it, something being found on an eBay auction or something. I remember seeing an article about it actually before you guys even mentioned it in the Discord. He's a little further back. When will I start Time Twist? When I finish this. I have 3 more fish I want to catch. I swear if I don't actually find it, though, I'm gonna be salty. How deep does it go? I don't think he's using as heavy of a weight. I don't think that should matter too much, though. Oh, his goes pretty deep. Actually, we might be using a similar weight. By the way, this guy's video guide is like posted a year ago. Once again, saved by recent stuff. Wow, he's really deep when he catches it. Also, he caught it already by now. Oh, I forgot how to catch this kind of fish. I'm embarrassed. Well, that might be it. The thing I'm looking for. I'm just dumb. Man, I had it. Yeah, if I was to try to, like, beat this game without knowing where to catch fish, I would have been so cooked. It would have been terrible. Man. Saw it. Is this actually that rare? Is that the cave in the distance? I think that is. The cave where I caught much of my tournament-winning fish. It's behind the fish icon now, but... Or the lure. The bait. Man, I'm so salty. I had it. Do I need a reset? Maybe I do. I hope this is it. We'll find out, I guess. I swear if it's a bluegill. Please, please, please. A catfish! Finally seen one. Don't know what he's doing out here, but... I have not seen a catfish yet. Can it meow? I don't think so. All right. Now to catch the other two fish type. Okay, one of the... Let me get the date right. And the location right. Catches a bunch of fish here, too, so it might not even be the first one I catch. As long as it's in the right spot, though. I just don't know what date, what the date is. Actually, I want to see the exact spot he's at, too. Man, he's fishing at this spot for a long time. Okay. I think I see the spot. No? Yes. Okay. And the date is 3/16. I don't know if that matters. It might. Actually, it probably does. We are finally going to go to the secret lake. The last kind of major thing I haven't seen yet. Apart from the two special fish. What are we doing here? Is she gonna want to yap to me again? She is. Why? There's nothing left to do. You know, I was talking with Suji about this game. And, we're both kind of wishing that he translated it first. And we might actually wait for him for, Derby Stallion. We'll see. We'll take a look at it. Because there's a lot of... We were thinking... Specifically, just when it comes to, like, we're missing out on a lot of Itoi's, like, fun writing and stuff like that. Like, we can tell... I can tell it's in this game, but I didn't get to experience a lot of it, which is too bad. It's kind of too late now. But... retroactively, I think I would have preferred to have done that. So, we might be even a little more willing to have Suji look at games before we try to play them in Japanese. And yes, I have given up on it. It was too much. I was not fighting any bluegills, and I was getting tired of it. There probably is a really easy time to catch catfish in that pond right there, but I was never able to figure it out. Doo-doo. Well, we'll see. I don't know about the N64 one. Maybe. Well, maybe, actually. All right. Here we go to the VIP lake. Oh! Does he actually go to? Okay. Oops. The goal right now that I've been here, is to catch these two fish. I can't save while I'm here? When they not have anything in memory for that? That's funny. It's a forbidden spot. Okay, let me make sure I know what kind of lure roughly he's using. I don't have to exactly copy him, but... Actually, it looks like it might straight up be one of the soft baits. Oh no, never mind. It is a sinking bait, though. Yeah. And I think he does catch it here. Yeah. Now, he does actually use straight up this type of lure here, but in my experience, these are just as good at doing that, if not better, so. Oh. It's an annoying wind. Oops, right. He catches like 5 fish before this one, though, so there's a good chance I will not see it right away. Oh, shoot, that was him again. I can maybe use the red lure for this, though. This is really slow. It's not quite that shallow. Yeah, you know what? Also a little lower down. Catches it around 7:30. I could switch to the same exact type of lure he's using if I really need to, but... This may not be it. Oh, this might be it. Why is it so hard? Okay, should I do pumping strat, or do we actually fight this normally? Let's do pumping and see if I regret. Because that might have just been a tournament thing that made them harder. What is this fish doing? That was weird. It might have just been a tournament thing that made them harder to catch. It wouldn't surprise me. Dude, I'll take this. Do you know how much reeling I get here? This might be it. I don't know, though. It could just be a big fish. I think there are big bass in this lake, just in general. Oh, you get tired? Oh, I had it for a second there. Yeah, I don't know if this actually is it. Let's see. Nope. Darn. Just a big one. Actually, that's quite a big one. Not the heaviest, though. Compared to, I think, others of that size. I have 2 more fish left to catch. They are, I think, kind of rare, though. Good sign, though, that I was able to do the pumping strat for that one. Although, I guess I could see them making the rare ones worse. Where's the other one he catches here? Okay. Different spot. Looks like it's taking me a little longer than an hour, but it's because I waste all that time trying to catch more bluegills for no reason. Actually, if I was really trying to be a completionist, I wouldn't just catch, or like ridiculous completionist. I wouldn't just try to catch the biggest of every fish. I would have to catch 3 of the biggest of every fish. So that my picture is perfect in each of those. There was no way to see the fish that marker flash on the when you catch it. This looks smaller, which might be more promising, because the one he catches isn't actually that big. Let's see. Hey, there it is. I don't know why this is a special fish, but it is the Swanee bass. We can hold on to this one. Yeah, it's because I'm not in a tournament where they've artificially made them harder. Oh, it's actually the bottom one. Huh? That is not the bait I used to catch it, you liar. See, it normally says the bait I used to catch it. That's definitely the bait I used for the Florida bass. What? All right, there was a Swanee. It looked a little different, but not much. All right, let's figure out now where this last one is. Where the heck? Okay, he's in the spot for a while. Wait, is this just this spot up but over to the side? No, it's definitely a different spot. Where is it? Oh, does he not show it? Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. I see it. Reeling in the victories? Well, I don't have any more tournaments to actually win, but I am catching all the last few fish in the game. I only have one left now. Okay. So he's casting right around here. Wind might make this a little more complicated. Yeah, it does. Man. There we go. Should be a good spot. Ooh, that's really shallow. If I get the shallower bait on here. Oh, yeah, I absolutely should. He might be a little further back. Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, that's pretty close to where he's at. This one you should be able to tell the difference. What the heck is a Swanee bass, though? Like, is there anything actually special about one? A Suwannee bass. Native to just two systems in Florida and Georgia. What the heck? Another Florida bass? The fish I caught didn't really look like that. They have these, like, stripes on them. I am catching nothing. He does catch this one a little later in the day. Well, I think. No, not really, actually. Wait, is it a different day? No, I think it's still the same day. What bait is he using, actually? So he doesn't catch it actually till 9. What kind of bait is that? Actually, it kind of looks like a spinner. It is. He's catching this with a spinner. I wonder if I should be using one then. I maybe should. Maybe I'll do it. What kind of spinner is that, though? Did I actually buy that? It looks like nothing I have. Let me just look. What is that? Maybe there are more lures to catch. Or to buy. Actually, it kind of looks like one of these. It looks like one of these. Well, but not quite. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there are some lures that are specific to certain times of the year. Huh. I should check the shop one last time. What am I doing? Hopefully this works. I didn't have to waste a bunch of time. But he is definitely using... Is that me? Oh, it's him. Okay, I need to not watch him. He might have been more underwater, though. I don't know what type of bait that is. What if you need, like, a very specific kind of thing for this fish? I'm gonna mute his, because I keep thinking his bites are mine. How's he doing this? He's letting it hit the ground. And then I think he's reeling it in? My experience with these is it's better just to ride them along the top, but... Ooh, I think this is it. Well, no, maybe not. Holy. Big fish, though. This might just be a normal big fish. Whoa! Shoot, I lost my bait! And I can't save Scub here. What the heck was it? I don't think his was that aggressive. Let me double check. Can you guys stop bickering about this? I'll make the call myself. Whether or not I want to include it. I've heard enough information. That fish was huge, whatever it was. I don't think that was a red eye. That seemed way too big. But maybe. Oops, I just spoiled what it is. Man, this also seems huge, but like... Man, what do I do about it? I mean, I guess I could release it if it's pulling too tight. I knew it was pulling too tight. Which is where this is not even a red-eyed bass. I'm gonna waste way too much time on it. If I lose it, though, I'm gonna have to go back and get my lure again, because it's gonna be gone. Relaxing soundtrack, yeah. I mean, this is a little more groovy now, but a lot of this game is pretty chill. Man. Oh, I keep getting it when I think I'm not getting it. I feel like this is bigger than what I'm looking for. It seems really big, actually. Man, he's just not relenting. I'm pulling down and he's not... I didn't lose my lure at least that time. This doesn't seem like the right fish. Is it possible? I'm gonna see something. What is the actual purpose of a spinning rod versus a bait rod? Can I use the wrong type of thing? Let me see. I've kind of been curious about this for a while. No, so that's only in the tutorial, and then it's in Dubois. That's when you hear it. I went back to my old footage, and I found out that's where it played. Is in the tutorial. It's when you're learning how to catch fish there. See, this still works with this type of rod. And maybe it's, like, stronger or something? I don't know. You only get one chance at catching a fish? I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like I get it quickly, and then sometimes I don't. I assumed the bait rod was for catching bait fish, but maybe not. Or using bait. Soft bait. Oop. Not mean to do that. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Joyful Abandoned. You came right when I was trying to catch a fish and failing. It's the last fish in the game I need to catch, and then I'm done with this one finally. After almost 50 hours. What makes this spot so terrible, Suji? Oh, grass is what makes the fish more likely to appear. Or, like, the fish are generally more likely to appear around grass. In this game, but I guess you're saying, like... It would be an annoying spot to actually try to catch a fish. I don't think the grass is actually that big of an issue when it comes to catching the fish. It's only really the debris. Like, I don't think it snags on the grass at all. Maybe that was why, though. It was more aggressive. Maybe it pulls a little harder when it's in grass. Maybe you're right, actually. See, it's possible I wasted my chance to catch this fish. Now that I missed it twice. Oops. Also, fish spawn in particular spots, so... We'll be back tomorrow. I have no idea. That's the thing. I really don't know. I could try using the same exact bait that the guy uses. But he's just going through different types to try to, like, use them all. I'm just a little worried about the fact that I'm just not getting any bites anymore. I could try with the soft bait a little more. You love fishing games. Is this one good? It's a very realistic one, I guess. So it depends, like, on what kind of games you like. It's all good. Tiff Talks? So, like, on the one hand, it's really hard to know where you'll actually catch fish in this game, but... It's got a lot of different, like, types of rods and baits you can use, and... The fighting's kind of interesting, I would say, in a very general sense. Actually, I wonder if I need to be lowered down, then. Like, you gotta work for it. You definitely have to work for it in this game. What are some of your favorite fishing games, Tiff Talks? I actually haven't played any outside of this game. I've played games with fishing in it, but that's different than an actual fishing game, you know? Problem is, it's just so shallow here. I could try to find that. I don't know what bait they're using, though. It doesn't look like anything I've seen before. Oh, wait, he'll show what it looks like. Oh, no, it is one that I have. Okay. I mean, I could try using it. What rod is he using? I want to try to be able to hear if it's a spinning or a bait rod. Let me hear. Oh, yeah, he uses spinning rods for... So this is it right here. This is the one he's using. I could try it for a bit, but it might be too late. Considering I'm just not getting any action here. Yeah, that's definitely the one he's using. He's going down, and then he's oops, not pulling like that. Well, how about this game where I've spent... Speaking of slow, I have spent over 2 hours trying to catch a single fish, like, fighting it. This game is pretty slow-paced. It's very slow-paced. That's why it's taken me almost 50 hours. This is exactly what he's doing. I feel like it might be too late, though. I might have missed my chance. Should I cycle through the whole entire year, or just go to the next day? I mean, no way they make it different from one day to the next. Although, with the special fish, maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like I might just cycle through the whole year. I've already gone through it all, but this game has like a whole tournament system where you're like winning trophies and stuff like that. I'm basically at the end game, or like I basically finished. I mean, I guess it's post game really, because I'm at a secret lake that only happens after you roll the credits. And there is a couple of unique fish I need to catch here, and then I've caught them all. Also, I need to get my bait back from Itoi. Not my bait, my lure. It's one of these. It is this one. Ba-ba-ba. And yes, that is Itoi himself. You've been binging this series in order, but given the scale of the series, you've only made it to the Rob games. Cool, though. Always fun to have, see new people going through the whole series. Wait, I already forgot what date. 3/16? I think so. What the heck? What? Dude, I'm so bad. I'm actually up to the N64, but this is the Super Nintendo, yes. The Super Nintendo actually ran parallel to the N64 for the majority of its life. At least in Japan. There was a whole bunch of Satellaview and Power SNES stuff releasing deep into the N64's life. Yeah, the next game is going to be on the NES because it's another game that Suji has translated. It's the last one. He finally finished it. So, actually, have I reached by Rob? Have I played any of the games Suji translated yet? I don't think so. So you maybe haven't seen those videos yet. I want to say Shinonigashima was after Rob. This time I'll just save before I head out. Or, like, maybe before I step in the lake, even. That's as good as saves coming. Or, like, it'll be the best saves come I can get. No, so those are just generic translations I found. There are a handful of games on the NES that had no translations that Suji, my brother, has been, translating for the challenge. Typically games with a bit heavier in text. If we had known how much text was going to be in this game, we might have done this one too, but I'm already through the whole game now. A little late for that. There apparently was actually a project being worked on for a bit for this one too. Should I keep trying this one? I could. I mean, that's what he caught it with, so I'll try a little bit. So the hard thing about the NES Famicom Disk System Adventure games is that it's basically impossible to patch because of memory issues. The amount of English text you need to store is far more memory intensive than the Japanese text. And due to the nature of the Famicom Disk System, it's basically impossible to store that much into it. There's kind of a cheese way you could do it. Involving creating more discs, but that would potentially involve a lot more switching with some of the games. It would work for some, but not others. However, they are available to the public. You just have to use Lua scripts and an emulator, so there's no way to actually patch the ROM. Oh. So a bit of a bummer that you can't make it just a straight up patch, but this was the best thing we could figure out. It's a little more involved. You have to learn how to run a Lua script, and then there is a line you have to edit in it. If somehow someone had a genius way to pull it off, we would fully allow our translation to be used for that. We just don't know any way to do it. It's a big reason why none of them have actually been translated outside of Miho Nakayama's Heart Pounding High School. Yeah, you could add more discs to it. You can't really get away with that in Famicom Detective Club because Famicom Detective Club has you swapping locations. Or no, wait. What was the problem with it? Is it because you're swapping locations? Or like they're using the same locations too much? Or something like that? Whereas in, you know, the Shinonigashima games, or the adventure games, you're constantly going to new places, so you can pretty easily, you could just, like, swap discs every chapter or something like that. But the Famicom Detective Club games, wouldn't work that way. Still, it is really cool, yeah. It's been awesome being able to play them in English. You'll see them eventually when you reach the summaries. Every time someone tells me that they're going through my old videos, I say this to them, but it's true. Dude, I have a harder time watching my older videos. I just sound so, like... Whoa, what happened to my... Oh, yeah. I guess I replaced the thing in the bag. Oh, I filled up my whole case. I guess I don't need both the rubber jigs. We'll try this one a little more. At least I think you've gotten to the part where I started adding music to the videos. Ooh. Okay, this isn't so bad. This might be it then. Come on, come on. This is promise. This is real promise. I actually think this might be it. This looks a lot like the fish he caught in the guide. Last fish of the game. Oh, shoot. Come on. Come on. Take a look at the eyes. Woo! The red-eye bass. Oops, I dropped my controller. There it is. The last type of fish in the game. Got creepy eyes. The win condition for this game, I already finished. I actually already beat it. There was like a super tournament to beat, but there was post-game stuff to do. Oh! All right. Looks like a demon. All right, let's take a look at that finished special tank, or whatever it called it. There they are, the three... I just dropped my controller again every time I lift my hands up in joy. The three special fish, the Florida bass, the red-eye bass, and the Suwannee bass. All three of them have now been caught. Ta-da! I have also caught every type of fish. We have bass. I've caught a bluegill. I've caught more than that, but it just didn't make it in this run. Rainbow trout. Catfish. It's funny that they don't even keep track of the individual types of bass, but I actually think I have seen them all because I saw the spotted bass earlier. Let's take one last look at this. I have bought every item in the game. Or I obtained. I won these 2 in that mini game. And all the trophies. There it is. Woo! Let me go save now. I think I'm going to be done with this game. Finally. Definitely took longer than I was expecting it to. Quite the fishing game. Thank you for all the GGs, everyone. Thank you, Nancy Dubois, Suji, Dongenmachen, Klein. Thank you for the nice Tiff Talks. Nintendo Fan, Bankalink, more. Laxic, Green Pen, and Fear Navigator. What is so great about the expensive boat? It's basically just faster on water. Actually, it lets you use the depth finder too. I realized only the motorboat can use the depth finder. Each boat is progressively just better on the water. With the canoe being the weakest, the rowboat. Like, you have to mash Y on the other boats to replicate the rowing, whereas on the motorboat, you can just hold Y. I did lose some progress. Yeah, but honestly, it wasn't much in the end, because, like, it was the game, I lost my save file at 17 hours in, but the game was like, I spent most of that time just not knowing at all what I was doing. So I only probably lost a few hours in the end, really. All right. There it is. With that, Shigesato Itoi's #1 bass fishing is done. Okay, let's go through this. 48 hours, 50 minutes, and 46 seconds. The win condition is, I guess really it's just win the, I've seen it called the Dream Tournament and the 2-day tournament. We'll just call it the Dream Tournament because that sounds cooler. The Dream Tournament. Extra content. I did quite a bit for this one. Let's see, what did we do? How do I want to word this? Because I won every tournament, but that's not really, I could just say obtain every trophy, maybe. Because that doesn't really capture the fact that I had to beat the one tournament not 10 times to get the trophy. So, obtain every trophy, catch at least one of all fish types. All items. Well, did I get every lure? I don't know for sure. I think I did. I'll just say all items. I could say all caps, all trophies, all items. Sure. Word it that way. All caps, all trophies, all items. And catch at least one of every fish type. Anything else I've done? I guess that encompasses everything I did in this game. All right, incomplete. Do we want to even say fill all 3 entries in or like have at least 3 records of each fish? That seems a little ridiculous. I don't know. I feel like it's probably fine. I don't think I need to say anything else. So, this game. What I've had trouble deciding how I wanted to rate this game. It's such a different kind of game. I guess I could talk, it's definitely, let me just go through that one reviews. It's a very realistic game, which is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing, because it's hard. No. I don't hate this game. In fact, I wouldn't even say I dislike this game. I don't dislike it. There are some aspects I really don't like, and I would definitely change. I will say it was odd because the whole time I'm playing it, there's this nagging, like, oh, I gotta get through this game so I get to the next game in the challenge, which is not really how you're supposed to play a game like this, you know? It's not about trying to rush the ending or anything. Like, the whole first part of my game where I was, like, taking 2 hours to catch fish to win that tournament, I was probably supposed to just casually catch fish until I had, like, enough pity points and money to, like, slowly build up. I kind of rushed the beginning, so I played it a little bit weird. That's one thing. I also played it in Japanese, which absolutely hurt the experience, because at first I was so confused. It took me a really long time to actually get good at this game. Which is not the game's fault. And it is too bad we got to miss out. I mean, we kind of saw some of Itoi's funny writing, but we did miss out on some of it too. So that's too bad. So that's kind of some of the weirder aspects of this game. The things I did like, I actually do think, like, there's something for me, and maybe it's, I don't know if it's the collector in me or what, but there's something engaging about that feeling of getting the fish you're looking for. Like, even if I'm using guides and all that, I do find kind of the process of trying to find these big fish and win the tournaments and find new type of fish. I actually do find that fun. I enjoy that aspect of the game. And I actually think, despite sometimes my frustration with it, the fights are, like, surprisingly dynamic. They're not, like, you would think, how could you make a fishing game reeling the fish and be that interesting? They actually do kind of a good job. There's some aspects to it that are frustrating, things that are like, you know, what should it really ever take 2 hours to reel in a fish? Or does it really need an element of RNG of when the fish snags down to the back of the cave there? Maybe not quite that much, but I actually found the fighting in a very general sense interesting. Like, it kept me engaged, except for when I was sitting there for 2 hours. But when, like, there was a good fight, I was into it. When I wasn't under-leveled and under-geared for things. It's kind of cool that there's a lot of different baits, too. There's a lot of variety, a lot of different ways to, go fishing. So there's, like, an aspect of, like, learning the game and learning what bait's good in what scenarios. Like, that's fun. Granted, I used a guide to help me with a lot of that, but I still think it's fun. I think for me, honestly, the biggest thing I don't like in this game is it's just way too hard to know where fish are. Like, I can't imagine trying to beat this game without the guides that I did. That would be awful. It would take hours and hours of experimenting. And granted, that's realistic. In real fishing, you can't look underwater and see where the fish are, you know? But it's just too hard to know where to actually catch anything good. And there are definitely times, like, that's kind of intentional. It's clearly intentional. It's part of the experience. It's catching fish. You don't know where they are. You have to find them. But it's just a little more than I would like. I think, out of a fishing game. I think I just wish there was a little bit more guidance on where to find things. And maybe there was a bit more if I was able to talk to NPCs and understand what they were saying. But sometimes, like, when I wasn't following the guide and I was just looking for fish, sometimes I would just spend hours casting my lure, not knowing where anything was. Sometimes you don't, when it was a spot where I knew, when there was a spot where I knew where to catch a fish, sometimes it took like 5 casts for a fish to even bite. So, like, if I was looking for it without knowing the fish was there, would I have ever caught it on my own, you know? I don't know. There's the depth finder, which, I don't know. That didn't seem like the most reliable tool. I didn't quite understand it ever in the end. Maybe if I'd used that, I would have, maybe that helps more than I realized. But that thing was mad expensive. You can't catch that till you're 90% of the way through the game, or you can't buy that till you're like 90% through the game anyway. Oh, although you do get it automatically for the tournament, so. So that aspect to me was probably my least favorite thing. And maybe as much as I praise the fighting, there's a few things about it that are annoying too. Why did it really need to take me 2 hours to catch one fish? At that point, should they have just snapped my line and just said I couldn't do it anymore? Or, you know, some of the RNG aspects of fish escaping is just kind of annoying. The soft bait, figuring out the timing for that was really annoying, but I will grant that I was trying to read tutorials in Japanese. So that's probably part of my problem. I can, some of the stuff that was hard to figure out, I'll hold it. I won't hold it against the game, you know? And it also, I think another negative to me, it just ultimately, even though I said it is fun to like find the fish and catch the fish, I still think it was still just maybe a bit too slow for me. I maybe wish it was there was a little more, I don't know, maybe fish bite slightly more often or make fights slightly shorter. There's a bit you could do to make this game not feel quite so slow. But like I said, when I was playing it, time was passing by quickly, and not because I was bored. It's just because it went by so fast. So I actually wasn't, believe it or not, I usually, other than those early streams where I was sitting there, like, reading chat and just reeling in back and forth, sometimes even, like, looking up guides at the same time. Some of those early fights that were, like, 2 hour long, those were kind of boring. But other than that, I actually would, like, for most of the tournaments, I wasn't actually that bored. So I don't, where does that put me? Gosh. I will say Dr. Bop and Suji, your predictions were too low, in fact. I am right now a little stuck between a 5 and a 6. But I think I'm leaning a 5. Because if I didn't have those guides, I would have felt worse about the game. So I think I'm gonna land on a 5. A high 5. I did not strongly dislike the game or anything, but there are some things about it that, some things about it that made me not love it.